On this episode of Greco Fabulous, I don't give a shit. Hey everybody, Greco Fabulous here, sweltering in a hot car. I don't have the AC on. All the doors are closed because I want my privacy. Hot summer day. If I was a baby or an animal, I would be in really bad trouble here. But I'm an adult, damn it. So I'm gonna suffer through this for you. So, anyways, why am I doing this? Because it has come to my attention that I will never YouTube as quickly as I hunt and thrift. And because of that, everyone is suffering. You're not getting to see all these things I'm finding in a timely manner, and I just get discouraged because I just can't keep up. Anyways, I went to a couple yard sales today. I have some footage of that. I'm going to splice that in here, and then we're going to come back and talk about what I got.
I think just we'll figure it out intuitively, but I think there's, but it basically has like.
All right, and here are my spoils. Not bad for 2 yard sales worth. You know, I like to put in very minimal effort into everything I do and come away with some good stuff in the end. So, the first yard sale I went to, there were no video games or toys in sight. They had some Legos, but Legos are my kryptonite. Unless it's very obvious that they are complete or sealed or there's minifigures abound, I am not touching those things anymore. I am constantly in Lego hell, and I just don't know what to do with myself. They also had this cool R2-D2 thing. I probably should have kicked the tires a little harder on this thing. Apparently it was voice activated. I don't know if it worked. It was missing pieces, but it probably could have been pretty cool. You know, and everybody loves a beep bop boop. So anyways, that didn't happen, but I asked if they had any video games, and he brought this out. So, at first, nothing too exciting. Xbox 360, unfortunately, it is an early model, and as we were talking, I was explaining to them that these are very prone to, like, red ring of death. I didn't use those terms because I didn't want to scare anybody. The boogeyman. But it's an early model, pre-HDMI. This is like a refurbished GameStop edition, so who knows what happened there. But I was basically setting the stage like, I'm not going to pay you a lot of money for this. So there was the console right there, and it has all the cables and all that, but I didn't want to show them because cables aren't sexy. And you have your pretty basic games. You got your first-person shooters like Halo, Brothers in Arms. You got some random Xbox sports games, Rainbow Six Vegas. So again, things that like you don't necessarily love to see when you're out there hunting. But the best for last was this guy right here, Castlevania Lords of Shadows collection, and you can see right there, that's what you get for that. I knew, not like specifically with this title that it was worth anything special, but just that I haven't seen it around, and that usually Castlevania stuff does have some value, and as you'll see here through the magic of editing, no, don't lick that. No, Tatum. Through the magic of editing, you'll see that this was definitely worth it. So I absolutely wanted to walk away with that alone, but I asked about everything, which also included a wireless controller and 2 wired ones and a memory card and blah, blah, blah. They asked me to make an offer. I wanted to go lower, but I figured that just to be fair, which I know is usually not my strategy, and to reward them for making the effort, I gave them $20 and they agreed to it. So not a bad pickup right there. We'll see where this guy goes. I wouldn't buy it if I was going to keep it for myself anyways. I had to go for one of the later versions. But anyways, that was the first stop. And then we moved on to another stop, which I found out the guy basically cleans out storage units, and we exchanged numbers after the fact, so I'm really hoping that it turns into something a little more special than what you see here. But he basically had things that he was pulling out of his shed. He had a ton of tables set up, and pretty much just said, go digging. And as you saw in the footage, I did at one point. So On the surface, he had this PS2 right here, the Fat Boy, has all its cables, and he had a few games here, not Resident Evil. So he had a few games, and I asked, just to get an idea, what do you want for that stuff? And at first he was like, oh, I don't know, like, how about $10? And I was like, yeah, I can do $10. Again, none of the games screamed anything sexy, but as I got to digging, and as you saw, I found this guy, and this is definitely the one to get excited about. A PS1 copy of Resident Evil Director's Cut, complete, looking sexy. Unfortunately, that was the only PS1 game that surfaced during this trip. I was hoping that it would be the tip of the iceberg, but it was not. And as you can see, everything else kind of falls into the vein of first-person shooters and kids games. Like, I don't know, like, guys, stop rewarding these companies. I want sexy titles that I can resell to viewers like you so that my channel can be uber successful and famous. But anyways, this is what I kind of dug up from random boxes and digging through his shed. But again, not that bad. We kind of lumped this stuff all into that one $10 purchase. And then I found some other things. I found this Batman board game. It has an old style look, but it is the 50th anniversary edition, so it's not as old as it might seem. I had parts to this from another pickup a while back, but this one is actually complete, so that was really nice. I randomly picked up a Weezer CD. I am a Weezer fan, or at least of their early stuff. You destroy my sweater. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold this thread as I walk away. As I walk away. I just figured I would just throw this in, even though I'm probably never going to listen to it. And then just picking up some other things. This, I was really hoping for that it would turn into something amazing, but it's a GameCube bag carrying case, which is nice. But the person used it to carry like film equipment. I mean, there's just this random lens here. So I just kept the lens, grabbed the bag, figured see what we can do with that. But I was really, really hoping to uncover kind of like a horde of GameCube stuff. But so is everybody else and their mother. So other than that, I found another one of these Fuji Instax instant cameras. Last time I posted one of these on Facebook Marketplace, a bunch of people hit me up like right away and wanted it. So this is an easy like 20, 25 bucks. And then last but not least, or probably least, is I don't know why I picked these up. My mother-in-law is into Native American stuff because she is convinced that she was originally Native American and was kidnapped at birth. True story. She justifies that by saying like, hey, there's no pictures of me as a child, and I'm, darker skinned than the rest of my family. So obviously that's what that means, right? So I grabbed that to see maybe she would enjoy it. But then I also picked up this version because it's kind of like borderline racist. And as you can see, it was published in 1950. So there's a clue. Anyways, so for all that stuff right there, again, he asked for an offer, and I threw out $25, and I took it home, and I thought that was fair for what I got. None of this am I keeping. I am considering at least playing through Resident Evil Director's Cut, because I don't know if I've ever beaten it, and I've started it and stopped it so many times, the original as well as the remake, and I think I need to just buckle up and pull me up by my bootstraps and all those other cowboy-esque sayings and just get her done. So anyways, there you go. Everything you saw here for 45 bucks. Not bad. And like I said, we exchanged numbers, and I am hoping to the Lord above that this is the beginning, because if he's constantly buying storage units and giving out deals like this, I think we can make some beautiful music together. I just realized I never turned these on, so let's see if there's any other surprises. As far as there being hidden games inside. Always my favorite part of picking up random consoles. The surprise will probably be that I get the Red Ring of Death, but let's actually see what happens. Uh-oh. Well, I mean, I did get something. I don't like that happened. Son of a bitch. Whoops! Sorry about all that cursing, kids. Apparently, Uncle Greco doesn't know how to read. Attention, if the AV cable is not securely connected, the power button will show a complete red flashing circle. Which is what happened. So, we're okay! Alright, come on, something rare. What the You buy a PS2 to play Pac-Man? Alright guys, so that's how it's gonna be. I took my shirt off to make up for it, but I still get chest acne, so don't really know if that's gonna work out how I planned. So anyways, cool yard sale pickups, terrible YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.